Yeah, it's finally here and on Valentine's Day too. So today I'll be showing you guys how to save edit legal yokai for competitive. Competitive is a completely different game from casual yokai watch, and we gotta save edit to save tons of time. The proof is all in my video where I spent a copious amount of time grinding for competitive without using the save editor. This video is for competitive players, but if you are a casual player and want to save edit, I wouldn't recommend it. There are things like NetPass to get Pandanoko and other things. And you can also just trade, but you do you. Okay, everyone plays a different way. In short, just play the game how you want to. So let's just get into it. First, choose a game. We gotta make sure no items are equipped, because if they are, it will mess up your items and create ghost items, which say they're equipped, but they actually aren't. And yeah, it just messes up your save. It's not fun, so let's check out our save. And it looks like, yeah, we do have a few equipped items. So let's just remove these. And okay, looks like everything's fine. So we can save and exit. You'll have to keep in mind which save file you're using. I'm using my second slot, not my third, not my first. I'm using my second slot. Alright, let's go to checkpoint. You should have checkpoint when you modded your 3DS or 2DS, but if you don't, then just install it. It's very easy. Now we just go to the game that we want, and this one is the Psychic Spectres, my digital one. So let's back up our save. So new, backup, and make sure these backups have names, and I'll name it Valentine's Day. Alright. Backup. Cool. Now we can close the console and read our SD card on a computer. So let's do that. Bye bye. You guys don't need a fancy SD card reader. This is the one I have. And you don't need a fancy computer. I use this Hunkin Junk to save edit normally, but it doesn't have screen recording capabilities. So the purposes of this video, I'm going to use a Windows emulator. But first, I need to show you guys the file path of your save. So go into your SD card, 3DS, checkpoint, then saves, then your game, and then look. The backup is right there, Valentine's Day. Open the folder, and then you will see your different save files and a head file. I want to save edit my second save file, so that'll be game 2, but most of you guys would want to save edit your first one, so it's game 1. It just corresponds 1, 2, 3 to your save files. Oh yeah, and download the save editor if you're following along, and the link is in the description. Now I'm on Windows, so it's time to open the save editor folder. Alright, so first of all, please read the README. You don't want to read the README, but you should read the README because it tells you what's here and what's important. So, you guys have to download these two things, or at least one of them, to get it started. I think you have to download this one, and if it still doesn't work, then you also have to download this one, I think. Yeah. So yeah, please do these things or the editors won't work. Now, we're gonna do a few things with the editor. We're gonna add a legal yokai for a competitive, add an item, add a soul, and then we will go over some other features. So let's just start. Alright, let's go to compiled, let's go to 2, and then let's go to yokai editor 2. Everything else that's not in the compiled folder is pretty much useless, so like my tool save tool source code, you probably will never touch that ever. It's really not important, and just touch the yokai editors, don't touch anything else. I'm gonna expand this. So alright, as I said, I will be adding a legal yokai for competitive, so please listen and watch really carefully. Okay, so first of all, you gotta actually open your save file. So I'm just gonna open, and I'll have to open the save file that I chose. Usually you'll have to go through the file path, which I showed you. And look, ooh, all my pretty yokai. Now I'm going to be editing a yokai, and for the purposes of this video, I'm going to be editing a yokai in that I don't have on the save file, and I definitely do not have All Nida. So we're gonna go and find All Nida. And let's start with a nickname, which is completely optional, but in the save editor, you can put names longer than 8 characters, so like, why would you not put a nickname? Anyways, here we go. I named him my husband because it's Valentine's Day. Now, follow what I do really carefully. Press Update ID, Fix IVs, and Auto Number. Now, go ahead and change the attitude of the yokai. All Nida is a debuffer, albeit not a very good one, so I put him as Cruel. I usually set my levels of my yokai to 60, so in the gym I can see their direct competitive stats when GB training them. So I suggest you guys do the same. It's also easier to differentiate save edited yokai to normal ones if your yokai is level 60. Now for the super legal parts. Please pay attention, because I'm going to give you guys a brief rundown of yokai IVs so you guys don't cheat on accident. Right now our IVs are already in place because we hit Fix IVs. And everything here adds up to 40. But wait, you might think the HP is way too high. Well, HP IVs are actually divided by 2 when they are added together, so this HP IV would be a 7. And then added together with the other stats to make a total of 40 IVs. So yeah, your HP IV will always be an even number, which is, 14 right here. And this is why IVs are the most important IV, because they are double. And 40 divided by 5 is 8, so neutral IVs are 8. Now listen up, you cannot just go 40 on one stat or something. That is literally impossible, and that's just cheating. Nor can you do 21 stats or 0 on one stat. These are all illegal values. The highest you can go is 14 IVs on one stat, and we will allow 15 on one stat if it actually hits something. IVs are not that big of a difference. They give roughly around 0.4 of a stat point. So sometimes you might have like 15 IVs on a stat, and the final value is like 123.8 or something. And everything in Yokai Watch rounds down, so even though it's 0.8, it will just count as 123, not 124. So very important, the IV cap for us is 14 to 15. Like, everything higher is just unreasonably rare, like 0.00001 chance. And you might as well win the lottery, okay? So don't even try it. Don't set your IVs over 14 and 15. Got it? Thank you. Here's the demonstration. All Nida doesn't really need that big of a string, so I'll go. So this is my method to make sure I always have 40 IVs and nothing higher. So I go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down, and then I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up, and then I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down, and I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up, 1 down, 1 up, and that's 14 IVs. And I go, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now for EVs, which is the biggest cheat you could ever do, so please listen carefully so you don't cheat. EVs give you massive stat boosts, and you usually spam 100 small X-Orbs or 10 holy X-Orbs on the attitude you want to get these stats here on this chart. So you would think it's like, oh, you put the chart, for example, like 26 on Spirit because it says 26, right? For Brittany trading? No. Yokai Watch determines EV values differently, and so the max EV value is 20. So instead, you would put 20 as the max value. If you see something like Logical, it's like 13 in Spirit. That's half. So you put like 10, okay? But for HP, it's also doubled. So the max value for HP is 40, half is 20, okay? You cannot have more than one attitude EV train on a yokai. So no, you cannot just go 20, 20, 20, 20. No, you cannot do that. I think the save editor has an anti-cheat on this feature. So you can't even do that. It won't even work because it's illegal. So don't do it regardless. Also, not everyone can learn certain attitudes. Like All Nida here can't learn helpful, devoted, gentle, or tender. So you cannot put these values on them. Like, I could not put a 40 on HP for All Nida because All Nida can't heal and can't learn Tender, okay? So please keep this in mind. We will see. EV cheating is very obvious. It's really obvious because it's the most stat points you get from just anywhere. So it's really obvious if you cheat using EVs. We will catch you. Don't do it. But you guys are all really good, and I don't think any of you guys will cheat. So for All Nida here, he is a debuffer, so I will just train him Cruel, which is 20 on speed. If you aren't comfortable putting EV stats in the editor and would much rather just do it a normal way in the game, so there's no chance you accidentally cheat, you should just do that, because you can just edit in money or holy exports for yourself, so that's pretty easy. Now we are finally done with yokai stats. But what about GP training? Sport Club? Well, it's completely botched in the editor. Do not touch this. It won't even work actually. I know we actually have to GP grind, but honestly that's like one of the easiest and least time consuming parts about yokai training, so yeah, we're already saving an insane amount of time editing, so just suck it up, I guess. Now let's review our yokai, and everything looks good. So let's hit apply, and then update yokai index, and then apply again. Now for items. So we actually have to check if we already have the item that we want to edit in, because we don't want to edit in another slot for items, or else it will corrupt your game and it's not going to be fun. So let's look. Soul, okay. Looks like we don't have any soul secrets, but we do have top techniques. And do we have hidden hits? We don't have hidden hits. So let's edit those in. As you can see here, I actually do have one top technique book. Please don't edit in another top technique like right here, because it will corrupt your game. Instead, just go back. You can just go back right here and then just add the quantity 99, and we'll just apply because it already is auto numbered and things. And we can just put hidden hits. Gotta be pretty quick with your typing, and then quantity, and then auto number, and it'll bring you back up for some reason. You scroll back down, you press apply, go to soul secrets. There you go. Quantity 99, auto number, scroll back down, and then we hit apply. Now for equipment. Equipment, you just do the exact same thing, but ignore quantity 2. So let's check if we have, of course we do not have General's Medal on this account, because it's really rare. So we just go to General's Medal, quantity 99, auto number. Yeah, just don't touch quantity 2 because that's how much is equipped. So yeah, don't do that. And I always edit in General's Medals because they give 800, so it's big money for each of them. Now for souls. Very easy, just enter a soul you want, like, let's see, what's a soul I don't have on this account? Uncle Infinite Soul. We can put it to level 10, because it is a normal soul. We should auto number, it'll bring you back to the top, and then hit apply. And for special souls like the Shielding Soul or the Stinging Soul, we'll just do like a random special soul like the Summoner Soul. We'll just have it be level 0 because all special souls are 0. You just hit auto number, go back down, and we hit apply. Very easy. Now, please do not touch the important section because that's key items. Do not touch key items. You can change your medallion here. I wouldn't do that, and I also wouldn't touch the yokai cam because let's be real, you didn't complete the yokai cam. Alright. You can also change your remaining Krakakai, and you can change the amount of money you have. So let's just do, there we go. We can hit apply. Money is cool. And then we are done. So you should select save as, then save it to the file path. So you're replacing your old one with your new one. So just do save, and you want to replace it. Cool. And now we get back to the console. So guys, we're back on the console, and now let's boot up Checkpoint. Okay, we're back in Checkpoint, and let's go ahead and actually, we should create a new backup. Before we restore, that's that save edited save. Let's create a backup. So if we did anything wrong on our save edited save, then we can just back up to this save and it'll be back to normal. Alright, now that we made a backup, let's go ahead and restore the title. And we have restored it. Now let's go to the game and let's check out if we have our changes saved and if everything is running smoothly. Alright, first check your team. Yes, your team will be randomized. This is normal. Looks like I have the money that I edited in. Let's check our equipment. Yep, I have these. And let's check our medals. So the edited yokai will... Oh yeah, everything's shuffled. Yeah, it will be at the bottom. Because, yeah. If you hit update yokai index, then the yokai will always be at the bottom. So yeah, that's the it's right there with everything correct. And yeah, that's the save editing guide. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And please, yeah, just like this video is for competitive, and you know, competitive doesn't mean save editing. You don't need to save it edit to play competitive, but you know, it saves a lot of time. And we don't have a simulator, we don't have a showdown. All right? So, yeah. That's why we have to save edit. Simple as that. We play different games. Casual and competitive, completely different. All right. Thanks guys, and make sure to leave a like or something. Yeah, I love you Pookies. Happy Valentine's Day. If you're single, hit me up. Wait, what?